Chad, Equitorial Guinea, Somalia, Eritrea, and Democratic Republic of Congo. If you come from any one of these countries, just know that as of now, you are being banned from entering the United States. And what does this mean? It means that your travel, any visas related to your countries going to the United States have been banned. Well, in this edition of Legal News Daily, I discuss a number of factors. Number one, is Trump's travel ban restriction actually legal? Number two, why has he chosen these particular countries? Number three, what does the law say about this? And most importantly, what is the impact of this, and can this travel ban be challenged? So, welcome to Legal News Daily, and let's discuss all of this moving forward.
Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States. That is why today I am signing a new executive order placing travel restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Legal News Daily. I'm your host Terry Kahuma on this channel. And like we always say, Legal News Daily is our daily legal news segment where we discuss all things national, internationally, political, social, and most importantly, legal. Well, straight to the point, we always see that Donald Trump, ever since he assumed power in his second term of office, has now come up with a number of bans. But in his latest edition, he has come up with travel restrictions concerning African countries and also countries which are in the Middle East, such as Afghanistan. Now, why is he doing this? He is putting these travel restrictions going to the United States from these countries in a form of national security. Now, Trump is well within his knowledge knowing that it is not actually legal to do this, but he is trying to tailor it to the legal side of things. Now, it brings us to our next question. Are travel bans and restrictions actually legal? It's a yes and no question. Why is this? Because if at all, on the yes side, if at all Trump can actually tie this to a form of national security and also immigration, then it means he can actually make these travel restrictions legal throughout his entire administration or his entire second term. And when it comes to the no part, it means if his travel restrictions are actually seen as being in a way targeting certain groups, especially minority groups such as black people, Africans, people from Middle East, and also Hispanic people such as the Mexicans, then it means that these travel restrictions can also be challenged in the courts of law and they can be banned or they can be set aside. Now, let us first go back to the side of whether it can be legal. We see that if at all Trump's travel restrictions and bans can be tied to what's called an executive order, then indeed these executive orders on travel restrictions can actually be legalized. Now, how is he actually implementing these travel restrictions? According to Donald Trump's administration, he signed this travel restriction and ban, tailoring it to the United States consulates, embassies, and high commissions. Now, this means that he instructed all the high commissions in all these different countries that I've mentioned to be able to, please do not accept to give citizens of these particular countries that I mentioned these visas going to the United States. He also has those he has partially banned, such as Botswana. Now, we see that he is banning them because saying that citizens from these countries who have come to the United States have posed a national threat and they are now putting my citizens in danger. We all know that Donald Trump has always been someone who has been for making America great again, and that has been his slogan. So, most importantly, now that we have understood what the travel restrictions are, what the travel bans are, and why he's doing it, which countries he's targeting, let us now look at the law. We see that in accordance with the Supreme Court decision, Donald Trump versus Hawaii, this was a common case where in Trump's first term in 2017, he brought up a travel restriction on a particular set of countries. Now, still, immigration and advocates, including lawyers, went ahead and challenged this decision in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court actually was still giving their own take on this, and they gave out their final ruling stating that these were actually targeting people of minority groups, meaning that they were very discriminatory in nature. Now, what can these particular countries do? They can perhaps go ahead and get advocates, human rights lawyers, advocates in the United States to be able to challenge Trump's travel ban or restriction on their particular countries. These are both for the partially banned countries and the countries which have a full travel ban restriction. Now, most importantly, I looked at the legal side of it. If at all Trump's administration cannot prove that this is actually tailored to national security and an executive order, then his travel ban restriction can be challenged in court and it can be watered down, meaning it will be rendered null and void. But if at all Trump's administration can state that because of the national security threats we have been hearing from our citizens concerning people from Equitorial Guinea, Eritrea, Somalia, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Sudan, to mention but a few, then it means that the travel ban and restriction can be upheld as a law. Might I just remind you before I finish, an executive order is a set of rules and regulations which basically state that the president within his executive arm of government of the United States has powers to be able to issue out an executive order. They're like a set of invisible laws or restrictions or regulations which are governing particular aspects of the country. So meaning that an executive order actually carries the same weight as a law, and therefore it means that Donald Trump can actually implement this executive order. If at all, the courts of law either uphold his decision and say, let's go with Trump's travel ban and restriction on these particular countries, or let us consider it null and void. So, I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma. Please, let me know what I should talk about in a future video. It's unfortunate that these particular African countries and countries from the Middle East are being targeted. I just hope that these travel restrictions can be actually removed, or they can be watered down. I remain yours truly. Let's see where things are going to go moving forward. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
The strength of the restrictions we're applying depends on the severity of the threat posed. The list is subject to revision based on whether material improvements are made, and likewise new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world. But we will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm, and nothing will stop us from keeping America safe. Thank you very much.